All right. So for those who watched the live stream, I told y'all I'm going to go ahead and get that premium account so that we can look at everything. So what I did now is I'm looking at 2015. We're going to focus in on the cap hit for those years all the way up into present day, or where I left off at. So salute to y'all. I appreciate you guys so much for your love and support and how the Jones operated and handled their funds here. So on the docket, heading in for the next season here, of course, we have Prescott right now. Calculations is going to hit by 50 million. CeeDee Lamb is about 28. Parsons is about 25. Zach Martin 15. Terrence Steele is about 13. But neither here nor there. That's the calculated market value, and we know how this market value thing been operating and working. But we're going to look at the cap hit for 2015. Yes, it was 12 million for Brandon. He hit the hardest on that particular cap hit. Then we look at 2016. We see that Tony Romo, of course, that was the last year for him. He pretty much was on the sideline, but we had a cap hit of only 20 million. 20 million, close to 21. It was 20, pretty much $21 million if you round that number up. Dez hit for 13 million. Brandon Carr for 10. Tyron Smith is for 6. And then we had a dead cap hit if you cut him for $40 million. So we couldn't cut him. So we had to keep him on the roster. So Tony Romo only counted 20 million against the cap in 2016, meaning that the Cowboys had cap space upwards about 6.5. Not a lot of money, but they did have cap space available to go out there and grab one person, but they had to pay guys for the following season. So in 2017, the Dallas Cowboys cap hit. That's when Dez took a big chunk. Of course, it was $17 million there. Jason Witten, 12. And then you had Tyron Crawford for about 10, and he was getting paid a lot of big money right there. Sean Lee, of course, 7. And of course, your rookie contract out of Ezekiel Elliott was right there at 5 million. And that's the rookie cap hit. But the Cowboys totally in the space that they had available that year was $9.1 million. Okay. Now, strolling up a little bit further into 2018, let's adjust this right quick. You had from there, you had Tyron Smith accounting for 17.5. And then you had the franchise tag that the Cowboys really loved is the franchise tag of DeMarcus Lawrence for 17, Sean Lee for 11, and of course, Tyron Crawford for 9. So keep in mind, that was a lot of money for that guy for the levels of work that he was able to generate for us. Crazy. And then we move a little bit further into 2019. I'm still not seeing Rain Dakota Prescott name on this list. In 2019, we had $18 million of free cap space. And that was a crazy good number for us because you could have went out there and do something with that money, but they refused. They sat on their hands. They fought with Amari Cooper. They fooled around and got him signed for a deal for 13 million here. We can round that up to 14. Of course, Zach Martin, he worth every penny for that 14 million. Tyron Smith, we are paying 15 million for him. And if you stroll all the way down, you can see like some of the reserve money and stuff like that we had and things that we had on the side. But overall, our cap hit, these were our bigger guys, and we're looking at these things. And that's probably where I left off at because we were not able to go down there all the way downwards, right? But Amari Cooper, $12 million hit. Then, of course, Zeke was a $10 million hit in 2020. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys totally in 2020 had $26 million or $26.4 million available in cap space. So what they do here is they don't utilize all of their cap space. And I'm not saying that this should be a model that the Cowboys should operate and use it all the way up to the bottom, because you do have some rollovers there. But I'm telling you right now, when the Cowboys did have the money, collectively speaking, they didn't go out there and do anything. They didn't go out there and do anything. So it's just one of those things, whereas we can look at these type of things. We can look at multiple year salary cap crunch numbers. In 2024, they signed right at, they got 58 people signed. $67 million is going to the quarterback room. And then your running back room now is right at 2.8. Your fullback, of course, that's really nothing, neither here nor there. Wide receivers, $48 million collectively. Tight end is $5 million. $49 million on offense, $31 million on defense. Your linebacker room, $13 million. Secondary, $35 million. And special team is about $4.7 million. We are operating in dead cap space about $14 million. And when you look at the cap figures and these sorts of things, we can see that the Cowboys going to have to figure out a way to structure these things. They're going to have to figure out ways to get things going for the 2024 season. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys got to figure this out. And so far, these are the numbers, baby. And I love it, man. So shout out to the premium game. We can see everything and we can see how the flow of it will go from here. Crazy enough, Luke Schoonmaker makes more money than Jake Ferguson, right? And I love how this breaks down everything as far as wide receivers. Of course, CeeDee Lamb is right at 17.9 or close to 18 million. And then Gallup is the second highest paid player on this team. So if you look at all of this, Cowboy Nation, this will be a good way to look at it on how all of these cap figures are broken down as far as the positioning groups, etc. So the Cowboys, the Cowboys groups here. Look at our offensive line structure. Zach Martin at 28. Terrence Steele at 11. Tyler Smith is at 3.6. And I believe Josh Ball is at 1.9. So 1.1, I meant to say. So yeah, defensive side of the coin. These are your guys that are getting coins, baby. Mozzie, believe it or not, is your second highest paid, just from the aspect of what's going up against the cap, because he was a first round draft pick. Mozzie is getting paid more money than Osa, as well as Chauncey and Fihoko. You know, these are your restricted free agents right here, and it's blocks right here. So we'll see where these guys are going to go. And then if you look at linebackers right here, you know, my guy Parsons is getting paid $5, and then these are just cap hits or what have you. And Leighton Vander Esch, since we rolled over and pushed some things back, is right at 4.3 and Overshown. So this is how this looks, Cowboy Nation. Our secondary, you got Diggs, you got Wilson, Hooker. Those are the guys that are getting paid those coins. And then below that would be Nashawn Wright, etc. So, and then this is our dead money, dead payroll. Of course, we need to figure out a way to work Tyron back in. This is dead money. So far, Zeke is getting paid 6, Tyron 6, Armstrong 1, and then on top of that, Jabril Cox, we still paying for him. Kelvin Joseph, we still paying for him. Hey, Devin Harper, you know, dead money, 88,000. Fihoko, 60 grand. You know what I'm saying? So, Bo Hanna, 47,000. Yes, he's on the Detroit Lions now. So we look at all of this, and this is all behind the scenes type of stuff with the dead money, and they pointed it out. So it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. I really appreciate you guys so much, and I thank you all for what you guys are doing for the nation, baby. DC for life, not for short. Cowboy Nation, let's figure this out, and let's continue to grind, to shine. Until next time, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.